got ourselves a turbocharged remake. God, he was shredding. He was shredding those chords. This guy was one major guitar player, just as good as Joe Satriani. He played with Joe Satriani. Man, we're happy. This record thundered. Heavy metal thunder, thunder and lightning, thunderbolts of heavy metal, heavy guitar riffs, burst of drum, the lengthy guitar solos. Man, we got ourselves a rock and roll rodeo with this record. A top 40 extra on my fantasy playlist. October 17th, 1993. Gary Hoey. Hocus Pocus. All but forgotten now. Too hard to cross over on the top 40. But this was a nostalgic tour de force for Mr. Deejay. Because I remember so vividly the original version, Hocus Pocus by Focus. Now, they were a Danish group, I believe, Focus. And the original version was recorded in 1971, but it did not chart in England until 1973. Went to number 20 in England, and here in the States, I think it was a faster version came out. There were several versions of the original. I remember hearing about 2 or 3 different versions of the original back in the spring and summer of 1973. And it went to number 9 here in the States. But let's get to Gary Hoey. My goodness, this guy, fantastic guitar player. He hung out 14 years old. Okay, now, he's 14 years old. He hung out at the Berklee College of Music. Berklee College of Music. Berklee. Legendary College of Music in Boston. Hung out there, offering to pay for lessons, making friends there. He quit school. Well, he got out of high school. Oh, well, I'll just say it. He quit high school. What the hell? When he was in senior high school to play the clubs in Boston, and he was teaching young players how to play the guitar. 1988. Ozzy Osbourne was looking for a replacement for a guitarist named Zakk Wylde. Zakk Wylde left the group. He's looking for a replacement. Gary Hoey auditioned. He auditioned for Ozzy in 1988, but he did not get the job. The job went to Zakk Wylde, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Another legendary guitar player. Well, talk about legendary guitar players. This guy's he's traded legs. He's been busting those riffs with the lights. Rock and roll is here to stay. Danny and the Juniors, they were right. Yes, they were. Busting up those guitar riffs with the likes of Ted Nugent, Queen, Rick Derringer, Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Remember Kenny Wayne Shepherd? I didn't shoot the bird, did I? I don't think I did. That was unintentional. He's traded licks with Foreigner. He played with the hard rock gurus. Gary Hoey. And now he joined a band. He was in a band briefly. The band was called Heavy Bones. Guess who else was in that band? Frankie Banali. Frankie Banali, you're quite right. Bang your head. Yes, baby. This is rock and roll heaven. I want you to think about that for a minute. Rock and roll heaven. You got Elvis, you got Ricky Nelson, you got Buddy Holly, you got Chuck Berry. And then you go into the 80s and 90s, man, you got, say, you got 100 years from now, Ted Nugent, Foreigner, Queen, AC/DC. Man, it's just a rock and roll ride, baby. Like that song by Kiss, Rock and Ride. Yes. Gary Hoey. And then he released this album. Gary Hoey released the album, Dadgummit, and Animal Instinct. Now, here's the thing about this record. His version of Hocus Pocus, it went top 5 on the mainstream rock charts and Billboard in 1993. I forgot all about it. Completely forgot about this record. That's why I like counting down these fantasy playlists and digging into these obscure lost 45s on these top 40 extras. Man, it's a rediscovery. Discovering a soundtrack of your past. He's put out 20 albums. His last album came out a couple of years ago in 2016 called Dry and Bone. Gary Hoey, Top 40 Extra on my fantasy playlist, October 17th, 1993.